Time walk appeal. Time yes. In fact, appeal. We had the instructions from our client that we should appeal.
Alright, so we are chair. Me pacho. Sisi ane me no kase ni die. The lawyers for Mami Akosua say one pacho ma kopi mu ewo UTV de nsema tutu tuja. Ni nyina ne say before say the announce judgment ne ba ye no yeti ese aden dia ahwa appeal ebebe mu eni ade ebusia ene ye betimi confirm it through the lawyers of Mami Akosua say wa say omo enya the green light ese omo ntimi nko appeal the decision the first court it in my say Mami Akosua say one wonye na adwen say ene anaso wo chena wo gya asem no amodobru ni so etimi ayekuna ni bia somdwe mu said the first court ni di kan say nko mu mienu nyina nko yekuna because omo nyina recognized legal wives into omo nko yelumba kuna mpacho Mami Akosua say according to the lawyers hm say omo the green light eso omo nko no nko appeal na busu appeal no the next question na ba say ebetimi assign so atwelumba yi na assign so ahyeda bi because as we know now, a year no the 13th of December, which is about next week, echo. I was here lawyer na church in semu any process ebeko as to say appeal no ebeka a year no and answer enkan no nina answers no e wa side the UTV panelist is here ho no almost total questions Emma a lawyer ni yi ya no am sure say questions we no mu yi ya no and answer ombisa and so your questions are public no epe answers ebusia ni nyina ho nsem ha ya ka abom me say ko na yetie ensem no na yeto aso be for now ye betimi akansi so say from next week eko no yenhwe ni mu say appeal ebetimi akoso ewolumba ene ne yerenum ekesi no so ehu bio.
You see how it is
matasi me pacho me pese me visa so in all judgments in a buy were you satisfied?
Oh, obviously no. Because
there was
you see,
apart
from the certificate, when it comes to proof in law, it's not only by one means. To them, my lady, no, we had to call a court, we had to call expert witness saying, I don't know. It's not really about that. You see, when it comes to foreign law, you must prove it by evidence. Effeh case laws, even the Godka case in court in class citing, that is what it says. You must prove it by judicial evidence. Okay. So when it comes to evidence, what is evidence? Evidence, a writing, subject, anything when you present to the censor, you can prove your case.
So do you think say time phrase anyone also count them?
It is.
And at time would be see papa date.
It is very very much so.
Time walk appeal.
Time yes. In fact, you appeal because I am any case in there aside. The authentication the evidence will lead a trial.
Okay.
At least if the same facts are presented before a judge, a different judge might come to a different conclusion.
Wow.
Oh yes. You see, in South America, when it comes to
with
judgment,
a different evidence,
with the same evidence, with different conclusion. You see, when you read judgment is just a portion of whatever happened. In fact, say a record of proceedings is like this. And see. Every good lawyer will be measured when it comes to reading judgment because there might be some things the court itself will not even avert its mind to.
Okay.
But even on appeal, even some but this one was there, so why this? Now the trial court came to the conclusion. So we had the instructions from our client that we should appeal. So we are appealing. Our belief is the evidence we led in court was solid. In fact, Odoboni did not testify. Ebusopeni testified. Ebusopeni testimony near hearsay.
Wow.
It was hearsay. And I have the record of proceedings. I can just you can just read it. The record about 186. You get it, about 186. And we're given just one day to write our submissions. In say, 24 hours, then we're just reading and writing.
Okay.
You read and you see the inconsistencies, then you'll be writing your submissions. So it has not been an easy journey. Auntie, Odoboni and testify. Now, even the evidence is about pieces of information to build your case. But this is even the situation now. Odoboni not testify man no. Also a credible evidence or a credible witness we say. No. Or admit it. One witness in Munde, they knew about the marriage of that Lumba in Germany.
They knew.
Yes.
Or
witness statement.
But one no testify.
If so, if BB Beniako so. They said they knew.
Okay.
It was in the witness statement under cross-examination.
Okay.
He admitted that they knew, but under some cross or they come on a day. Lumber beja no will be sending about now or no so. Anna Mamma could say 1 hour in a day. Why you? We. But the family knew, and Senior William Kusi, when he was doing the cross-examination, he intimated that no, but that place will come clearly, so they knew. It was Senior William Kusi bisa one, and a cross-examination will be a witness in there. The Dad Lumba, apart from that, did he present any divorce certificate or chair now or now, or with Germany? I could say 1 hour. I can answer no. We not say that Lumba will provide the baby them, but I the morning day. Now we're on widen we go into a based on that no proceed. Now what J no. That was on 10th April 2010. That was it.
10th April 2010.
So in some extent to Krano, they themselves they knew there was an existence. Yes.
V. Acho floor 1 question. Okay, one. Acho pay 40 and 1. And then yellow.
Nipa back when be kasa
1.
Okay. Lawyer, as soon as me making statements no. I mean, put you on record say me lawyer, me call law school. But yeah, you go for train. It's your analysis and our questions can carry one and person bisa. Now, what problem can carry with the wakan? One mentioned problems are who do a munya ya mointimi amfa authenticated certificates no anko. The kind no what's the time na ebre any moafa. Na ebrene ni mwafa no anye bia multimedia court ne na so chen so se de ye case ne tie ne hia ebre kakra na yetimi e de akoye ni makwakope ye evidence no ana 2 o se e complex se ba ne se wo pese wo authenticate certificate ni free amanonia. In fact in same bia waka wa ha me sure some embassies ni bi tia they will not be happy with you for you to say omuni knowledge of how some of these things work. No, I don't think they will be, because almost they know what they are about. And you be amu finding out who say a bread draw sign a bedi and sana a be our satisfied process now on Saka, because from judgment it's who some of the assembly call 2nd October if I'm right. It's a free 2nd October copim bra judgment better form no. And you be a brebe na mususu yesen kamu call the right procedure na kamu sabe kasa authenticated document na mo to me e di atwe. Now enu enkoda nchen no
1 nti patcho manu answer.
Okay. Ene patcho.
Okay. So when it comes to projection now, in fact you'll be in the office work there and intimation with timer on your family. In fact, at the time, if I remember correctly, some of our reps are just sending one or don't find out on family. The information we had was the ambassador is a bit indisposed. That was the information. And I don't have personal knowledge of it, but that was the information we had, that the ambassador was a bit indisposed, so the process might take a bit of a time. But we didn't project time there to wonder, because we knew some of these administrative processes they will take time. But we made it known in the letter that this is the problem we are confronted with, and time is of the essence for us. And one try as much as possible so that they will be able to help us. We couldn't fix time for them. We couldn't fix time for them.
But counsel, BBM in Kakra. Okay. I have quite a number of reservations, but I'll go into it when we are doing our submissions. But okay, about time. My dream and the reason I'm saying that make us very simple. Case is starting now, you name say a public oriented case. You need DHA. And I remember vividly Tama judge a castle case no be in term lawyer Akusi, and many of his interviews was sure-footed and confident. Say, oh, judge in the crown will be before a year no time as to true or false.
Oh yeah.
So that gives me the impression, say, you knew the duration of case in the and you were satisfied with the duration of judge Neka so baby case in manner compatible. Sanetiana. I am a little bit confused when only with senior lawyer you agreed, said judge no be finish the case at this particular time. More objected to it. In fact, in all your interviews, you were beaming with smiles, overly confident. The case no crowd there, with the time in your mind. Man, having any issues with the time. Now, in your we know what about say most apina the German embassy here. So here I am sitting here say a man with 50 years now, what's up in a German embassy now? Or true or false. So time even here is not any factor. Again, in your submission, okay, say you share 1613. It just mood put in quite enough like effort. Would the effort be a shame? Anka we expecting say judge no be rely on 1613. No demo as a man patch sanity. Again, that has little or nothing to do with time, because some say more rely on 1613 now. You are telling the judge say why they say we nyina it's unconsider 1613 no demo as a man. So that has very time has time
so if say a chemist submission because of the time factor we relied on 161 subsection 3, and even 161 subsection 3 talks about factors, some circumstances it's like beyond your control, and that is where it fits in. You get it? So that is where we are saying that we are relying on it. And with the time factor, we knew there no Ayisha time and medium. Yes, you see, when you are going into battle, you don't only strategize just one. As I said, when it comes to proof in law is about adducing credible evidence. So there are so many means of adducing credible evidence. So the authentication is part. Subpoenaing somebody from German embassy is part. You can call expert witness as part. Based on some admissions through cross-examination, which will come up, is also part. There are so many means. If you have videos, if you have pictures, there are so many means. So you strategize that if this one doesn't work, this one is there. If this one doesn't work, this one is there. You get it? So you don't put all your eggs in one basket. In America, them there. Though time they, but we also strategize for other means. You get it? So we're hoping that those other means would have afforded us a,
okay. You ever say about it, Ola?
Question one.
Oh, let me share that new question.
Ola Kasa.
The reason being that.
Oh, Ola, what third floor? Ola Kasa. I don't know, yes, sir. Ola.
The reason being that, first of all, ruling it by nominate my boss at the home come extensively to understand most of the things.
What's in your massive?
Yeah, that's the first part. And the second part being that some of the things that we were not privy to, we've been able to read and read again to be able to understand what's really transpired. And no boy my said the way I know you see man yes and university.
Okay.
Especially when I had somebody to send emails to German embassy. Try to in the scene and understand. And then that's where I came to understand some so Hague the apostle. Yeah. I never knew about it.
Yeah, I talked about it.
Yeah, no munisa.
Apostle, the Hague Apostle Convention.
Yes, say no munisa tracker. It is a open document certification near the idea from where. Yeah. It's not as easy as you can get with other other countries. No.
It is so big or Germany you want to be in Jemba.
I don't understand that one.
DHL.
Okay, ka obi nko gina na mu
yes, said ya. Ye ma mi ni ha no. Na obi gina mu ma no. Yetumi mo obi power of attorney. No no sun ko gina mu o Germany wona nko back.
Say no si chairman no. Obi betimi agina mu. Aje. Ba ontin from this would be Ghana, German embassy or Ghana.
Okay.
No, obi akwakoji Effeh. So what I say.
Okay.
And now the second thing so they say omoye the type I was sending email about that obi amfi I just offer.
Okay.
Because say no chiremu no owo woman mu dey battle den ordene ho untimi nhye no. It, you know, these are some of the things I made sure said after reading it over and over, and I realized that these were some of the things that are affecting or more but Kitwe Bini say it's an amenia about time.
One.
Yeah, the end of the chat talk. I'm going to be breaker. Naminia about time say lawyer Kwesi Beka so time no be on be before a year no. But let's also bear in mind say judge can meet me a year before a year na year near 30 go meet me a year by 12. Or my specific date. Or see me year before a year no. Me year before a year near 30.
Me magana for artist say year near bema stiga jiga owo fia hanu senti ye ne lawyer ata area na chese obetena akonwa enimu na kase hit
no but
area mo bibi kakra to Auntie.
no originally no okay
it's you know
who bibika
no originally no okaso baby and was even connected to the 6th not even the 13th
na ye ne
okay, yeah
good the emphasis of a seta so see me before a year now she could have finished by the 5th or by the 4th meaning before a year no but within that period no there could have been some time left for the session 3 to be put in action like giving some considerable time for us to go back and forth with all these documentation and stuff like that so I think say appeal no maybe if they look at it very well and put things together properly I'm sure something will happen me so also more yeah so that's why I'm adding that said be America
it's a classic smile.
Council, yes,
council say you know by next week on appeal no still you never bad.
No, we are not seeking. In fact, saying yeah, what can still for execution and BBM. No.
So we can still do the funeral.
In fact, you see, Akosua Serwaa is not talking about obey no. That one is with the family.
Oh, okay.
In fact, it seems there is another suit affaired the family so worry. That one is a family affair. That one is not even from our chamber, so that one is the family. Debi. It's the family, so it's a family affair.
Appeal the
but my patch there is I don't know if you know. Yes,
there is a suit. I know.
Yes.
Oh, that suit is not from your
Debi. It seems it's one craft firm or something like that. Yeah. So okay, that one is a family affair.
The new suit no in free momo.
No.
It's momo deni ye den na.
It's just Mami Akosua Serwaa den. She is our client.
Okay.
So you see, Mami Akosua Serwaa on appeal, some of the reliefs we're seeking will be moot.
Okay.
In law, yekedo a mooter, waiting. It does not present live controversy for the court to resolve. Today kuna semi day. Every nobody wanna say why it is moot. In law, that is how we call it because time in every day you couldn't wait him. But you see, the law is such a way that if the problem is likely to reoccur for future purposes' sake, they can decide on it. The court will decide. Say, you be decide on the kuna no.
Until that number for court.
Until Monday they are going to do settling of records. Until wobeko parties in the baba obi aba beche na ye de beka ho ye be ye from abedinsa all the way so that the record will be clear. We compile the record. When they finish compiling the record, we forward it to the court of appeal. Then Form 6 will be served. When Form 6 is served, you have 21 days to write your submission. We'll be also on it then.
Can I find out? The funeral empress is saying this on the 13th, right?
Yes.
And like you rightly said, we lead counsel lawyer Kusi.
Yeah.
You are representing the interest of Mama Kusi.
Yeah.
So just a minute.
You have to seek permission.
I'm sorry, my lady.
Carry
can
on.
I thank you? And like you are saying, say you represent the interest of Mama Kusi.
Yeah.
So on Lawson FM, I heard your lead counsel, your senior lawyer Kusi, saying that the funeral is going to happen on the 14th. Who sanctioned him to say that to the general public?
Well, what I can say is, Mami Akosua Brempoma ne ye kan senkra
Mama China.
Mami Akosua Brempoma ne seems to offer pokunom ne ade no the immediate family of that Lumba. It seems they came up with that date. So maybe if he said that, though I've not watched the video, but maybe if he said that, maybe it was based on that premise. Maybe I know they can't. But I've not watched the video myself. That's what I can say. But I knew, say, I remember when they were coming to chamber, that was the dates they were suggesting because of what's that be dates in favor one and some other in the Mandem Binti. That was the dates the immediate family were suggesting. That's what I can say.
So, assuming the funeral numbers on the 13th of December, how will the appeal affect that? Or the appeal process more share for property rights, so, will reading, blah, blah, blah. So you're not looking, the appeal is about something ahead.
So, the thing is, you see, it is, you cannot run away from it, but it is an obvious fact that, you see, it's an obvious fact that definitely, if I'm to use your words, okay, when the issue came up, is a prelude to something. There definitely is a prelude to who will apply for, maybe if there is no will, letters of administration, all those things. Definitely is a prelude to that. And see, when they appeal, some of our reliefs, might be moot. Some of our reliefs might be moot. In lot, some of our reliefs might be moot. It might be moot because it does not present live controversy for the court to decide. Today, kunano, because the court inside kunano, court appeal now kunano. So what are you get it? But if for a event it might reoccur in other situations to come, the court will go ahead to decide, so that if such situation happen in other cases, this is how we go about it. So there is this American case, if I remember correctly, Roe and Wade. Now about abortion case. In fact, when the court reached the Supreme Court of America, many people know. But so the court went ahead to decide on the person's right as to whether aborts are at certain age, at certain months, the third trimester or not. You get it? But after that time, then can be the case as some why moot because people know how we but the court reasoned that no, because when it comes to pregnancy, it can reoccur. So not necessarily this particular case, but there can be other cases which will come, which would definitely will involve this. So let us decide on it. So the court can decide on appeal. They can decide to go into the corner reliefs.
We should work for the appeal. From Germany, but
so it has not come. We are still making efforts. It has not come, but you see one thing you have to also notice on appeal, we don't adduce fresh evidence on appeal. It's difficult. It's upon exceptional situations before you can adduce fresh evidence on appeal. So those exceptional situations are that, okay, you must demonstrate to the court, you must lead evidence and demonstrate to the court that at the time trial court case, there was some evidence, it was not in your personal possession. It was in the hands of a third party. In fact, you took steps to get it, you didn't get it. You made diligent effort to get it, you didn't get it. Now it is ready. That is the first hurdle. Then the second hurdle is you have to show to the court that if this evidence, if Court of Appeal or Supreme Court, if we admit it, will it change the decision of the case? If it will not change the decision of the case, you can make diligent of effort. The court will deny granting you. You get it? But if the court sees that, oh, you made diligent of what a trial now it was in the hands of a third party, then the court deems it that, okay, let's weigh the probative value. Will it still change the decision of the trial court? If the court will weigh, then the court sees that, okay, it will change the decision of the trial court. The court can grant it. So it's like two hurdles for you to cross. But adducing fresh evidence on appeal, no, it's not easy. It's not allowed. That's the general rule. Yeah. But the exception is what I've broken down and explained to you. They get it. Yeah.
Okay. Assumption. Yeah, submission.
Yes.
I think somewhere here. Thank you.
Jiga, memo akwaba. Bibi aboko. Na base ni bremu. Na me de encourage medase. Edie na ebusia panyin ya ofise onye ni ya ehawo.
medase se obuseme me chia wetifo say me ye busuani so me nye moja busuani
unye moja busuani
dabi me ne papa no atenada
Tise papa